And welcome back, YouTube. The Obama phone died while I was relaying this whole story of how I've got to be where I'm at with my frustration with Priscilla. And I don't even know if I should try to resume the story right now because I feel like an idiot that I didn't run a power cord up to it. Although, to be fair, I don't think I have a long enough power cord to reach it in the car. That's a problem I should resolve. Oh, I mentioned the Road Guy Rob live stream yesterday. That was the best ending to a live stream I've ever got. Towards the end of the thing, he was just giving us updates on where his battery was on his smartphone that he was live streaming from. And at one point, the last words of the live stream was, "Oh no," and then the screen went dark and the circle ended. But since he didn't have his phone to end the live stream, it just kept spinning in the circle, and those of us that were watching the live stream were able to keep chatting, and probably did for a good solid 15 minutes. I finally ducked out after 15 minutes, but it was a very interesting chat room for that next 15 minutes. I really don't want to continue this until I can at least boot my Obama phone and be sure that it actually saved all of that recording. God, I was a good at least hour and 20 minutes into recording. I wonder if I lost all of that. If so, it'll be the second long-ass video that I've lost due to that Obama phone being a piece of shit. Oh, and it's a definite step down. It may look nicer, but it is a definite step down from my last Obama phone. It does seem to be a little bit more sturdily built. I'll give it that. But it's got the first Obama phone that I had. My biggest issue with it is it had a news reader that you absolutely could not shut off. It was stupid annoying. Yeah, this one's got one too. And then I did some. Actually, my friend. Oh my God, the guy used to call cell phone Jesus. Now I can't remember his fucking name. He used to own wireless phone booth. Jeff, he did a little bit of. He was trying to see if he could disable that, and he did a little bit of Googling and found out that there was that it was basically being used to harvest as a data harvesting tool for users of these free government-funded phones, and that it could not be shut off. That it was baked into the operating system. Well, my next two Obama phones did not have that. Now, to be fair, my next Obama phone wasn't from Assurance Wireless. It was from a different company. I don't remember what the hell the name of it was. But my third Obama phone was from Assurance Wireless. I really liked that phone. It was like it would show up as a Revel 4, Revel 5, or something like that. I never did find out exactly what the hell it was, but its splash screen said TCL, and it had a T-Mobile brand on the back. I still have it, but at this point I can't unlock the goddamn screen. So, okay, it does. The new phone seems to be booting. I have enough juice in it. Seems to be booting now. Anyway, but yeah, that phone was overall good. If it had any kind of weird spyware in it, I didn't see it. I never noticed it. This phone, though, I noticed right away when I started using it that I was constantly getting these annoying pop-up messages. And at first they came with an annoying chime as well. I mean, you hear it in some of my first videos I shot with it. You see this annoying chime constantly happening. And it's just sending me all these news headlines. I don't want news headlines. My God, I listen to news radio around the clock. I'm on YouTube seeing news. I have more than I don't need I don't need push through news headlines from a fucking. I don't need an additional news app. More than enough fucking news. These days, about the only sources of news I really trust are freaking Tim Pool, Matt Walsh, and Russell Brand anyway. So, and KTAR. I still trust KTAR. So, anyway, I need to find a place where I can park discreetly. I don't know if this is that place or not. Doesn't look like it. Some really upscale restaurants and stuff around here. Definitely an area that is more bougie than where I belong, as you can tell from all the Mercedes in the parking lot. Of course, I'm seeing Toyotas and Kias. Oh, there's a Beamer on the left. Very upscale area that I'm at right now, off of 44th Street in Camelback. I'm just looking for a place where I can park and talk and record. Hopefully I don't run the battery dead on this iPhone, but I think it's got quite a bit of charge on it. Anyway, yeah, so I try to uninstall the newsreader, and I quickly realized that it's installed by the manufacturer of the phone, and it's baked into the firmware. It cannot be uninstalled. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just force stop it and disable it. And I get a pop-up from Android telling me that there could be that it's part of the operating system. Yeah, it is actually. It's not a part of Android. It's just part of the operating system on this jacked up Obama phone, but it's not part of the Android operating system. Hello, but yeah, I get told by Android that it's part of the operating system, and that disabling it could disable other programs. Okay. See how this works out. So what it ends up, the only thing I noticed it changing when I disabled it is it put my YouTube app into like a restricted mode, a mode I didn't even know existed, which makes it to where I don't know what all else it restricts, but one of the things it restricted is it made it to where I could not comment on any YouTube videos. I could not leave any comments. So God knows what else it would have restricted. And I'm like, you can't leave comments while in restricted mode. I'm like, I never enabled a restricted mode. And at that point I'm thinking, well, I might have, I'm often enabling or disabling things inadvertently by touching the screen, when it's in my pocket, just over another variation of the butt dial, or just inadvertently touching the screen while the phone's, in my sleep, while the phone's on my bed, that kind of thing. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I did that. So I'm like, well, I don't know how the hell to get it out of this restricted mode. So I Google, how to get YouTube out of restricted mode, and I quickly find the answer, how to do it. What menu to go through. So I go through that menu. I don't remember exactly where it is, but I had no problem finding it with the directions I found in Google. And I get to that menu, and the option to turn off restricted mode is grayed out. It's grayed out and disabled. I cannot turn off restricted mode. At which point I'm thinking, really? That's fucking weird. So I'm wondering, I wonder if that's tied to the stupid newsreader. It's pre-installed by Assurance Wireless that I don't want, but I can't uninstall. So I go back into my app menu and I re-enable it, because I had force stopped it and disabled it. I couldn't uninstall it, but I was able to force stop it, and I was able to force stop it and disable it. This is definitely a cul-de-sac I've never gone down before. That was a fun drive. I'm sure somebody's going to question why I drove by their house on their Ring camera footage. Ooh, I just suddenly got like a cold chill. It just suddenly got like notably cooler in the car. It's been kind of warm this afternoon as I've been driving around. So anyway, So I go back to that, and I enable the newsreader. I go ahead and reboot the phone just for good measure. Go back to YouTube, go back to that menu option, and guess what? It's not grayed out anymore. I can take it off of restricted mode. So yeah, whoever made that decision and bake that into the new Assurance wireless Obama phone. You guys are assholes for that. And I seriously question if that's a violation of your contract with the federal government to provide service. Will I ever follow up on it? No, probably not. But it did freaking annoy me, that's for sure. Oh, great. I was going to park right there, but as these people are pulling into their driveway, that's probably not where I want to park. I'm just looking for a place to park so I can open my phone and see if the long-ass video that I recorded as I was driving out of downtown on Roosevelt Street, driving through downtown, and I think also driving through the zone. I forget where I restarted my video. To see if, God, I wonder what it's like to be wealthy enough to have a house like these. Got a feeling that's something I will never know. If I was going to make it, I would have made it before being 52 years old, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm up to 10% power. I want to see if it saved that video. Oh, it looks like it did.
Damn it, I bumped the button that stops my phone from recording. I'm still
This is
recording
meta.
on the Obama phone right now. There's a button on the side, one that locks the screen.
Oh, where am
And if I bump it while I'm recording video, it just...
I? Oh, I remember now. Yeah, I bumped it. I bumped it after I left the Spin headquarters that I randomly found down on Grant Street. As I was getting in my car, I bumped putting the phone back in the phone mount in the car. I bumped it, so that's where I started shooting video. Got an hour and 21 minutes and 33 seconds of video.
I feel like I slept through. Probably.
I'm just trying to figure out where it ended, so I know where to start my story out.
Not worried about Corey at my place, in the slightest. Or Corey can crash out on the couch fully clothed.
Talking about me and Priscilla and Corey on my couch.
Anyway, at one point I managed to get her.
Approaching Arizona Falls on Indian School Road.
Shouldn't take any effort. She should just be doing that. But took a little bit of effort.
Venting about how frustrated I am with Priscilla.
She,
Daily activity.
She comes to the bed. I asked her what happened. She said she didn't know she fell asleep on the couch. Didn't know she fell asleep on the couch. Yeah, if you were tired, you should come to bed.
You hear it?
Fall asleep on the fucking couch.
This is awkward. I just gotta get past. Okay. Just come to bed instead of fall asleep on my fucking couch. And that's where it died. Okay, so that's where I left off. Good times. Ah, yeah. So she told me that she fell asleep on the couch. She woke up, Corey was gone. Well, I wonder if this is the intersection with the surveillance cactus. I don't think it is. One of these cactuses, though, that's in these roundabouts in this neighborhood, I think I just turned left on Stanford, has a surveillance camera in it, which I think I read was put in by the owner of Discount Tires. Been a long time since I've thought about the surveillance cactus. I'm trying to talk about what happened with Priscilla, but I realize I'm near the surveillance cactus. So. Maybe I can find the surveillance cactus. I'm pretty sure it's on this street. And do a couple random loops around the roundabout. I wonder what the legality is of doing that. Getting in a roundabout and just going in circles on it. Where am I at here? Welcome to Paradise Valley. Oh yeah, that's the surveillance cactus. Oh, it's not even a real cactus. That is the surveillance cactus right there. Yeah. One of these is not a real cactus. Can you tell which one? Hey, I'm in the circle, dude. I have the right of way. That's the surveillance cactus right there. That guy honked at me. Guess what, man? Traffic in the circle has the right of way, even if he's just doing loops in the circle. I get somebody following me now. I don't think I did anything illegal, except for maybe using my phone like that. I love the surveillance cactus. Oh, too funny. I got to link the surveillance cactus. You know, the funny thing is the best video I think I ever seen about the surveillance cactus was on RT, which that YouTube channel might not exist anymore, being that that's considered Russian propaganda, and considering the status of things with Russia versus the rest of the world right now. I am not digressing into that conversation. I'm not going there. So anyway, back to my toxic relationship with Priscilla. So, yeah, so I woke up. Boy, this guy's full on tailgating me. Seems very bothered that I'm doing 25 and a 25. Oh, turned right, good. Rights in my rear view were pissing me off. Anyhow, yeah, so she climbs in bed. She climbs in bed, and it's like, okay, Corey's gone, he fell asleep on my couch. I'm a little frustrated that she didn't climb in bed with me, but at that point, like, I just woke up horny as hell, because that's generally how I wake up. Y'all needed to know that, right? I think most men wake up like that. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I mean, you know, morning wood is a thing for a reason. Hell though. So she's there, like she's in bed with me, and we've established that my friend has left. So, cool. It's time for some adult bedroom fun, because you're in my bedroom. Mind you, she's fully clothed still. As soon as I got in bed, I got naked. I closed the door. I don't care. I got friends on the couch, whatever. My door is closed. I'm wrapped. One of them, you know, if he did walk in to say something to me, I mean, you know, whatever. I'm wrapped up in a blanket. It's not gonna be too awkward. Now, granted, sometimes I roll around in my sleep and I kick the blanket off of me, and that could be kind of awkward. Apparently, my daughter walked in on that last week, and that's a separate tragedy. But that's what she gets for showing up without letting me know she's coming over. Just walking into my apartment and walking into my room. So, fun way for her to learn that lesson. Which oddly just gave me flashbacks of the time I walked in like junior high, and I walked in on his mom taking a dump. I quickly learned to don't just open the bathroom door in that house. Oh, yes, I'll never ever be able to unsee Cody's mom taking a dump. Anyway, I'm sure Allison will never be able to unsee walking in my bedroom and see me buck-ass naked asleep on the bed. All right, life goes on. She told me she's pimping hoes now. She needs to hook her dad up. Just saying. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I'm at this point, I'm waking up, I'm full toe horny and ready to go, and naked, and she's there in my bed, but fully clothed. And as I'm trying to like sort of take her clothes off, she starts getting pissed off. She's like, don't touch me, don't touch me. Yeah, if that's not what you're here for, you should probably go home. I don't know if I said that, but it's certainly what I was thinking, what I was feeling. Anyway, without going into any more details, that's essentially what happened. From whatever time of the morning it was, I want to say maybe 5, 6 a.m.-ish. It was still dark. It was still dark. I don't know, it might have been a little twilight coming through the window. It was still definitely dark in my bedroom. Not light enough to shoot light through the blinds. And Meanwhile, she's all sprawled out on my bed, snoring, and then at one point she's like, well, I'm just not interested in sex because I'm concerned about how I'm going to support myself and my medical this and blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm concerned about those things too. Doesn't mean I don't want to fuck still. It's the sex that makes those other things worthwhile. At least for me. I feel like it is for most other normal adult people that still have a libido. And therein probably lies the problem. I think her libido is just expired. And just occasionally, every now and then, like once every couple of months, it comes back. And I get what happened, you know. I get what happened Monday before last, that morning when she invited me over to help remove the table, and then just basically very much came after me and gave it to me amazingly. Like that's that once every couple months that she actually still gets horny again. I'm like that I'm that horny every day. With her, it's once every couple months. That's a fundamental incompatibility, if you ask me. It just is what it is. So, yeah, long, miserable night of her. Oh, and then she said that she wasn't interested in sex because of all of that stuff. I'm like, well, okay. Well, if you're not interested in sex, you know, then why are you here? And then she said something about how she had an appointment in the morning, that she needed sleep, that she was leaving, but she just needed a little bit more sleep because she had an appointment in the morning. So I end up not being able to sleep. I'm like laying in my bed, I'm dinking around on social media, but I can't really work on my vlog because I really want her to wake up and hear me working on that. Not really about that happening yet. So I'm just farting around on Reddit, looking at other stuff on YouTube, and waiting for her to either come around and be horny, or at least get, you know, passively interested in her sleep, because that happened, or for her to just get up and leave. At this point, I'm just really, if we're not having bedroom fun, you need to get out of my bedroom because you're making it not fun. Because at least if you leave, I got 2 small screens I can stream porn on, and I got a 65-inch screen I can do it with in the living room. Just need you to go so I can at least make sweet love to myself. Because you're kind of stopping that. Well, actually, she wasn't stopping that. In fact, I did that several times, hoping that she would maybe decide to participate. That didn't happen. Every time she did kind of come around, it was just like, don't touch me, don't touch me. I didn't come here for you to molest me. Well, you came to the wrong place, girl. Wow, they put some really bright lights around that ATM that didn't used to be there on the right. Holy shit, that is bright. Wow, those were not there the last time I went to that Wells Fargo ATM. It is blinding bright over there. Which makes me wonder who got mugged getting money out of the ATM. Yeah, she, that was just the longest, most frustrating night. Went into the day, basically ruined my entire Saturday morning. Ruined my entire Saturday. Absolutely ruined my entire Saturday. Wow, guys got no headlights on. Fabulous. Because I couldn't sleep with her in my bed. Just her body in my bed making me insanely horny, as if I wasn't horny already. Insanely sexually frustrated because she's not. Putting a sandwich in front of me and telling me I can't eat it. No, there's a sandwich here. I'm going to eat it. Or you need to get the sandwich the hell out of here. I never did eat her sandwich. And the only person that had any fun touching on me was me. She wasn't interested in any of that. But she wouldn't leave my fucking bed. Wouldn't leave my fucking place. Eventually I did get so exhausted that I fell asleep, but it was like it was still well into the afternoon by the time I did that. By the time I woke up, I want to say it was maybe, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock at night. That's when I started my long ass stream of videos of me walking to wander in to get my car, and then all the driving around I did Saturday night that eventually ended up with me following an empty Waymo car down McDowell Road and down 16th Street. And then it ended up with me, my last journey was driving to going home and getting my safety vest and my ID so I could go to my Amazon warehouse. And well, there's a sports bar there now. The place is actually popping. That's new. Yeah, so I could eventually go to take care of my issue with my PTO being put on the wrong day. Well, I got to deal with that now too. I still got to make an adjustment on my time schedule. Stop shooting video at some point. Stop talking to myself at some point. And get on my A to Z app and fix that. But I got until I think roughly 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I just gotta get it done because I've had way too many weeks where I didn't do it. And I've lost an hour of UPT and didn't get some pay I could have got, you know. And, as much down to the wire as I am with my time at Amazon, I need to not be throwing away any of it. So yeah, I went there and handled that. So that's what led to that. And that's why when you saw my video on Saturday night, after I walked to the bar, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the bar, and then the next video starts with me saying, yeah, she's there, and I don't want to be around her. That's why I didn't want to be around her. Because that was fucking miserable. That was fucking torture for me. Absolute, complete torture. Don't come to my place and torture me in my bed. Don't do it. If you're not here for the you know, no, not feeling it at all. And of course, you know, every now and then she gets on this, well, you only want me for sex. No, I don't only want you for sex. But when you cut off the sex, then you can fucking kiss the rest of the other stuff goodbye, because that's either part of the that's part of the package. That's part of the package. Wow, that guy didn't even slow down for the cops driving by. People don't pull over for emergency vehicles in Phoenix anymore. It's ridiculous. Wow, I was being bewildered while I was looking out and seeing the world brighter on my screen than it is looking in front of me, and then I realized it's because I'm shooting video on the iPhone. So twitchy and jittery, but but bright enough you can see it. Yeah, the road is notably brighter in my screen than it is in my through my windshield. Complete opposite with the Obama phone. Like, it's super dark the way that shoots. I'm hoping that's a setting. I need to explore through that and see if if that's something I can improve with a setting. But I'm coming to the conclusion that phone's just a complete piece of shit, and it's not going to. And it really struggles under its own weight. And I'm wondering how much of that is because it's got that stupid newsreader app running at all times, which actually really isn't a news app, but is rather a data harvesting app that's invading my privacy that I can't disable. Not without crippling the phone. and crippling my use of YouTube, which is one of the main reasons I use the phone. So, oh, and their Wi-Fi and their internet is crap too. God, it used to be so good. I mean, that's why I tolerated the first Assurance wireless phone that I got with its crap newsreader. As god awful as that phone was, I could just turn on the hotspot and stick it in my pocket, and I had awesome internet on my iPhone from its hotspot. Psst. Tried to do that when I was coming home from the insurance company the other day, and yeah, iPhone kept telling me that my network had no internet. And apparently T-Mobile has totally, like, I get it, you know, the what the heck was it called? Agent Pie of the FCC shut down. I had a lot of mixed feelings about it. Net neutrality. Yeah, net neutrality has been eliminated, and like I kind of, in some instances, like there were things about it that I definitely supported. There were things about net neutrality that I didn't like, that I felt kind of needed an adjustment. I definitely feel that, you know, people should get what they pay for. But on the same token, if you're supposed to be providing lifeline internet service through a federal government program, if you're a provider for that, you shouldn't be able to restrict it in the afternoon when it's still business hours, to the point that somebody trying to use a device off that service is having their operating system tell them that network has no internet. That's a fail. But I digress, and I'm getting sidetracked from the rest of the story. Because it's not done. Oh no, it's not done. That's why I'm still driving aimless. Totally wasting gas. Which I shouldn't be doing as broke as I am right now, but I just gotta get this out. Just gotta get this crap out. I think she got the hint today. I haven't heard from her today. She was begging me. She showed up at my door last night. I want to say at about 10 o'clock at night-ish. Woke me up. I don't know, I was about half awake already, but startled me. Banging on my door, ringing on my doorbell. You know, she can't even just ring the doorbell once and wait and then go away if it doesn't get answered like a normal person. She has to ding on it like a stupid kid. Ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. How rude is that to my neighbors? Bitch, cut that shit out. I didn't invite you over here. That's one thing, you're gonna knock, but if I don't answer in a normal amount of time, get the hint and go away. You're stalking me right now. Cut that shit out. Anyway, she's like, oh, I didn't know you were going to work. That's because I didn't fucking tell you. It's none of your business what I'm doing right now. You're not taking care of me, so you're not. I've told you one need I have that I need you to take care of. And if you can't be bothering to do that, then damned if I'm telling you when I'm working and what I'm doing. It's none of your fucking business. Made no plans with you tonight. I'm not making any plans with you. Plans with you just end up with me being sexually frustrated and disappointed, and I don't need that. I can be sexually frustrated and disappointed on my own, and it's less frustrating and disappointing. On my own. So she, anyway, I really cut ahead here, but yeah, yesterday, trying to get a little bit more rest before I went into work at midnight 30, and she's like, well, come over to my place when you get off work. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it. But I mean, she's just, being in bed with her has just been so many different shades of letdown. Even when it's in my bed, You're letting me down in my bed. Why the fuck would I want to be in your bed? Get real. Now, maybe if throughout my workday, she was sending me some dirty pictures, sending me dirty texts about what she wants to do to me when I get there, and it was really graphic and dirty, you better believe I'd have been there at her door. Hell yeah. Most men I know want a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. That's an old saying for a reason. And if those text messages I'm getting for you doesn't tell me that I got a freak in the sheets waiting for me when I get off work, I'll find some other sheets, even if they're just my own. ScottsdalePartyBusLimo.com. I'm next to the party bus. Oh no. Looks like a short bus, and it's probably full of retards. Anyway, is there any more of the story to tell? There kind of is. I just pretty much cut to the chase there, but yeah. So I just can't emphasize enough how much the whole thing Saturday upset me, and that's what led to that whole long vlog of me driving around, quote unquote, looking for action last Saturday night. That's a week ago. Saturday night again. 7:09 plus 5 minutes. So about 7:15 p.m. Part of me wants to go out. Part of me just wants to save money and just lay in bed and work on my vlog. Which is, what am I going to do? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Meantime, I'm driving around trying to get this whole story off my chest. So yeah, that upset me. That upset me a lot. At that point, I don't even want anything to do with her. I don't want to talk to her anymore. I'm done. I'm done. The Wednesday thing upset me. Thursday, hey, she could have made up. Thursday, she could have made up Wednesday. And we're talking last week. Thursday, she could have made up for Wednesday, but she didn't. Friday, I didn't make any plans for her, with her. Now, she did kind of show interest in, maybe a little something happening after time with her in the bar, but I already made plans with myself. I already made plans with my friend. Because I hadn't heard anything from her, and she let me down on Wednesday. And didn't make any effort to make up for it on Thursday. So I already had other plans on Wednesday. Or on Friday. Last Friday. And she ended up intruding on those plans and completely fucking ruining my Saturday. I did get some advice from my daughter about how to go about picking up hookers on 27th Street. So that was helpful. Thank you, Alice. I don't have the money to piss away on that. She told me I should go with. She told me I should go with at least I should go with $200 cash. That's what I should be expecting to pay there. $200 cash. Yeah. I don't think that's something I should be spending $200 on right now, with as tight as my money is. I had to do a $500 cash advance from my credit card. I've been working so hard to pay off. Which I was nowhere near paying it off, but I'm making substantial progress. But that is what I had to do to get insurance on my car. And it just did not seem like a good idea to keep driving around uninsured. So. Car's fully legal right now. Not running perfectly, but it's generally running okay. It's not even close to stalling out right now. That's interesting. Oh, no. Now let's try to stall out now. Yeah, guy turning left with no blinker on. Typical Phoenix driver. Yeah, I remember when I was was a kid, my dad used to always call bad drivers California drivers. And I noticed about half the time when he would say that they had California plates. And every now and then would be like, oh, guy's got Arizona plates. My dad would be like, yeah, but look at the way he's driving. That asshole's definitely from California. At this point, Phoenix drivers. Way worse than what I remember my dad calling California drivers. But I remember being a cab driver in the 90s, and people didn't drive like this in this city in the 90s, nor in the early 2000s. Anyway. The purpose of this video is not me venting about bad Arizona drivers. It's venting about Priscilla and how frustrated I am with her. How generally over it I am at this point. Because there's more. Oh yes. Yes, there's more. I sure would love to know the status of that project on that building project on the on the right. Because it's been at the sticks and frame stage for quite a long time, not getting worked on. And those open wood, those open boards got rained on a lot in the last couple of months, which can't be good for an unexposed wood frame building. "28th Street does not go through here. I don't recall exactly where it goes though, so I guess I'm gonna get a refresher. Memory serves, it just ends at the canal. Yeah, my memory's pretty good when it comes to this kind of stuff. Of course, it doesn't just end at the canal if you're a pedestrian or on a scooter or a bike. You do have a bike route that connects to the walkway, which connects to the bike route on the canal. And I think there's a bridge around here on the canal. I think. I'm not 100% certain on that. Yeah, I would love to have a house around here, but I wouldn't want it right adjacent to... There's a time I would have loved to have it right adjacent to the canal, but with all the homelessness issues along that canal now, yeah, hard pass. I'd rather be over here. Not that owning a home in Phoenix is anywhere near an attainable goal right now, but a man can dream, right? Anyway. So yeah, the Saturday thing just had me completely frustrated with Priscilla to the point I'm just done. I'm done. I'm not reaching out to her at all. I'm not texting her at all. Got a couple of text messages and attempts for her to call me. I just didn't respond at all. Whatever. I'm gonna just focus on work. My mind on my money on my mind, you know. Take care of my goals. I mean, you know, having a healthy sex life is one of those goals, but she's made it very clear that that's not something that she intends to be a part of. That she just is not, is counterproductive to that goal, so that's fine. I work around a lot of attractive women. On that note, I haven't seen Bug lately. I still don't really know her name. The super, super cute female pit driver with the temples. Haven't seen her lately. I hope she hasn't quit. Two women that I find very attractive at work have given me their phone number within the last week. I do have women flirt with me at work. I do have women I work with who I think could be interested. Now, I do think, like, it's just that things are getting kind of close between me and Katrina, but I think she's actually starting to get involved with a guy that works in Jam Clear, who I've been friends with for a good, like 9 months. That guy's cool as fuck. So, hey, if they hit it off, more power to both of them. I'm happy for them both. I got no jealousy over Katrina at all. Didn't really see that going anywhere anyway. But I had hopes. I do find Katrina very attractive. We keep talking about going out. It hasn't really happened. Although I did take her home one day and we just chilled and chatted in my car. And a lot of times she walks over with me when I go get my burritos at the food truck. And then we end up walking back to the other dude that, you know, she leaves with. So, don't know what's going on with them. I don't know. It seems real positive, though. And he's a good friend of mine, so I'm cool with him. Even though I completely don't know his name. He was one of the water spiders that he was a tote runner when I first started doing regularly, working in outbound, just exclusively unloading totes. And for a while, I was like the main tote guy. And I loved that. Of all the different jobs I've done there, that was definitely one of my favorites. And I miss doing it. It's just now, there's more demanding things that they need me for at the warehouse, mainly handling the pallet receive. Like at this point, I would say John is the main guy. For a while, I was feeling like I was the main guy for handling pallet receive, but I would say John is the main guy for handling pallet receive. But I'm definitely number 2 on that. And I think the thing that's stopping me from being number 1 on that is the fact that John is a PG and I'm not. And John is a lot more reliable at showing up to work on time than I am. I mean, I'm well within what's acceptable for Amazon. God knows I'd be fired from any other job. But I'm well within what's acceptable for Amazon. But at any rate, when I was the main tote guy, and then I had the incident where I hit the safety barrier and I had to stop doing it, the guy that Katrina's been hanging out and has been taking Katrina home lately, he was one of the handful of water spiders that whenever I would randomly see in the building, he's like, dude, when are you coming back to totes? Everybody's done totes since you sucks. So, anyway, that guy's cool as fuck in my book. I hope him and Katrina hit it off. I really do. And if it doesn't work out, I will be there for her for that rebound. And hopefully there's no hard feelings between him and I. Because, hey, just, you know, whatever. I'm not going to be the reason they split up. If she wants to ride this afterwards, then I'm not going to say no. Yeah, so, you know, after that, the way everything went on Saturday, I'm just like, you know, whatever. I might be getting a little old, but I'm still a fairly attractive. I believe I'm still a fairly attractive guy, and I do have women that seem like they would be interested in me if I pursued it. And as I said, I got a phone number from Miss Love last night. She's older than I am. She's 60. She don't look 60. I get a kick out of her. I really do. The only real issue I have with her is she still insists on wearing a mask at work. She wears one of those cloth masks. I give her shit about it too. She'll be saying something to me and I'll put my hand over my mouth and I'll be like, kind of makes her, like, I know she's saying something, but the muzzle makes her sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. Ooh, something going down at Celebrity Theater tonight. You got the lights all up. What's going on? Does it say? I can't make it out. The sign says postponed. Well, there's something going on there. Whatever it is, I can't afford it. You know what I can afford tonight? Maybe a little bit of Miller Lite at a dive karaoke bar and bologna sandwiches at home. That's my budget right now. Till I can. I intend to pay back that $500 cash advance in a hurry. And I also need to get my registration for 2 years on this car, and I need to get some more money towards Rob for him getting it through emissions, him getting the Saturn through emissions, and him getting and then I got to get the fuel pump on here. I'm still not 100% that's what's causing the stalling out problem, but regardless, I think replacing the fuel pump is a good idea. So it's definitely past its replace by date for sure. So anyway, so yeah, pretty much when I wasn't really thinking about Priscilla after how miserable she made my Saturday. shot video pretty much all of Saturday night and also Sunday afternoon. I've uploaded that. It's all been uploaded since. Ran some errands on Sunday afternoon. I had a good day by myself Sunday afternoon. Went to work on Sunday. Had a good week at work last week for the most part, except for the day that I massively overslept. And now my memories are super fuzzy because I know there was more with Priscilla. Like at one point, at one point she showed up at my door. She did. When would that have been? I'm having trouble remembering last week. You know, the reason the week before is so clear and last week is so unclear in my memories is that I've recently went through that week's vlogs and uploaded it to remind me of what happened, whereas I haven't made it through last week's vlogs really. So now as I'm trying to think of what all happened, it's really fuzzy. I just know I went into it with the whole mentality of, yeah, I'm once again done with Priscilla. Wednesday was a disappointment. Thursday was the day she could have taken care of the disappointment, didn't. Friday I felt like she kind of intruded on plans with a friend, and I think I straight up saw a hooker on Van Buren. Generally speaking, they've all migrated to 27th Avenue, but I think I straight up saw a hooker on Van Buren. I'm going around the block to see if that's really what I saw. Maybe this year Hookers and Blow will save Christmas again. It's a children's story about a snowblower and a tow truck. It really is. I'll put a link in the description maybe. Yeah, my details this week are just fuzzy. I think I just worked all week and didn't talk to Priscilla at all. Didn't answer her texts, didn't answer her calls. Yeah, I think I pretty much successfully ignored her all week. Ooh, I just saw another self-driving Waymo car go by in the distance. I don't know if my video captured it very well, but I did. I love this view of the SkyTrain station. That SkyTrain station is straight up one of my favorite things in the entire city of Phoenix. And it is so underutilized. I see that being a public transit hub in my mind. I used to talk about that all the time. Somebody's alarm going off. I wonder if Walter Station is still open. I think I read somewhere about them having a different location. Yeah, it's still open. Walter Station. Doesn't look like they're doing much business though. Of course, it's still pretty early. It's only 7:30 at night. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm looping around to see if there's really a hooker on Van Buren. Oh my God, I can smell the food at Speedy Street Tacos. God, their food there is so freaking good. That is probably my favorite place to eat in the whole valley right there. Can't really afford that right now either. I shouldn't be wasting this much gas, but whatever. This feels good. It feels nice to be out of my bed. Oh, that's her. Definitely looks like she's working it. Got some nice legs too. Left arrow still coming on for no reason. Hey, at least somebody used it though. That's something I haven't seen on Van Buren in a long... Like, when I first became a cab driver in the 1990s, like, Van Buren was the street for that. And then they kind of cleaned it up somewhere around the turn of the century. I don't know. Somewhere around the time I moved to Tucson. My world changed. I got married. When I came back to Phoenix, my world changed. I was going through a brutal divorce and I was homeless, trying to get my life back together. And then a few years later, when I became a cab driver again, Van Buren wasn't about that anymore. And then somehow, somewhere along the line, years later, that became 27th Avenue. That isn't what 27th Avenue used to be. 27th Avenue used to be just kind of a ghetto sort of street. I don't ever remember there being hookers on 27th Avenue. My phone is not centered very well again. Oh, so yeah, pretty much went through the week without her. Thursday wasn't really. Oh, I remember Thursday. I shot all kind of video Thursday. Thursday was the day. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. Thursday was the day, because Wednesday was the night I overslept, big time. My daughter came over, had to chat with her. That's when we talked about. She's telling me she's pimping hoes. I told her she needs to bring me one. She told me that they were out of my budget. Good times. And she told me I should go to 27th Avenue. She sees some surprisingly attractive dark women there. I'm like, yeah, I've seen them. Don't really know what to do. Kind of scared of that. And she gave me advice on what to do, which was fun. So yeah, that was Wednesday night. And at that point, I was already a little bit late for work. I want to say it was probably about 7:30 p.m. when Allison came up. Whoa, Jesus, dude. That guy just flipped me off. Heaven forbid he walk all the way to the crosswalk, which is like right there. Damn. So, so many people just don't give a fuck if they get hit by a car at this point. It looked to me like he was just heading to the dispensary. Probably a homeless guy. I don't think it matters to him is going to getting his weed. So yeah, that was Wednesday night. Allison came over and was like, you need to get up, go to work. I'm like, no, I'm too fucking tired. I got PTO. I got UPT. I'll sort it out when I wake up. I'll go to work when I'm good and ready to go to work. And good and ready, and I shot video on this, good and ready to go work, ended up being like 2 in the fucking morning. That was a great day at work. I don't know that I really vlogged about what I did at work. I feel like I might have. But if I didn't, I should talk about that now. I learned how to manual palletize. Dustin actually trained me himself. Like, I came in and I'm just like, hey, I'm sorry I'm late, blah, blah. He said, it's okay, it's good, I'm glad to see you. So I said, I'm assuming you don't really need a driver at this point. He says, no, but it was, you know what I could use you for? How'd you like to learn how to manual palletize? I'm like, that'd be great. I'd love to learn how to do some new stuff. All about learning more stuff at Amazon. I really am. Except for fluid load. I want no part of fluid load. Just to be completely clear. I would like to learn how mansort works. Speaking of mansort, I thought I had offended Kia with the comment about my car not having a pussy magnet. But I forget what day it was that I walked into work. Like, we walked into the building together. I didn't even recognize her. She recognized me. She's like, hey, how are you? She is super flirty with me. But then I walked to my stand-up, and she was on her way to hers, and I don't know that I've seen her since then. I really need to get her number. She's freaking gorgeous. Yeah. I don't see Kia very often. And I mean, I know where she has lunch, and I could go have lunch where she has lunch, but it was almost feeling like, I don't want to feel like I'm stalking her where she takes her break, you know? I don't want to be that creepy guy, because God knows my warehouse is full of those creepy guys. I hear about it all the time from the women I get along with, because I get along with a lot of women in my warehouse. I want them to I kind of want them to sort of pursue me. And when I see her, it kind of almost feels like that dynamic is happening. But yeah, it's the next time I see her, I just really need to. It's like, hey, we should exchange numbers, hang out on our days off. So, I mean, we were talking about how like all the overtime had just suddenly dried up. It's come back, by the way. I'm working all next weekend, which sucks because I kind of made plans with the other gal I work with. I don't even want to say her name. I want to keep that on the down low right now. Let's just say she was my supervisor, and she's not anymore, and I kind of had a crush on her when she was. And I don't even know if anything's going like that. I mean, we kind of made plans, but it's like kind of a group thing, and she already had a group picked out, and I wasn't part of it, and then ran into her. I was actually talking with Katrina, and then I forget what night it was. In fact, come to think of it, that was early Thursday morning, after my half shift in learning manual palletization. Came out of the building and walked over to get my burrito with Katrina, and then we walked back, and the other guy had a guy that's in Jam Clear that used to be the water spider, the tote runner. He's a really cool dude. He like, oh, well, we're taking off, and they rolled out, and about that time, the other gal who used to be my supervisor came out of the building, and we just started chatting, and she didn't really ask me to come with her. We were just walking and talking. We ended up going to her car, and then she was talking about how she's wanting to see some other friend of hers that whose husband was picking her up, to invite her out to this thing she was doing next weekend. That she used to work with over at Phoenix 7. I didn't even realize that she used to work over at Phoenix 7. And then but yeah, so anyway, we started just like really just talking, and her and I haven't really chatted up since. Now, there have been a few times where we've kind of talked since she's quit being my supervisor, and sometimes it almost kind of felt like she was flirting with me. Sometimes I don't being kind of on the spectrum, sometimes I miss those signs. Like, I've had friends, dude, she was totally flirting with you hard. And I'd be like, she was? You need to let me know when this is happening. I never realized this shit until it's too late. It's like, yeah, she probably thinks you're a dick, because you weren't flirting back. I'm like, no, I miss those signs half the time. Whoops. Chicks got to be more direct. They got to basically feel me up, so I know they want that. Yeah, so yeah, we kind of tentatively made plans, and she said that she thought Ariel was going to be there as well, so that's cool. Good to know that she's like still in touch with Ariel, because I kind of like lost touch with Ariel when he got fired. So but yeah, I asked what was going on, and she was wanting to invite her friend that she used to work with at Phoenix 7 to a big group going to Rocky Horror next weekend. And of course I picked up VET for next weekend, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to manage that. But once I saw the opportunity to get more money, especially after realizing on Thursday just how dire my financial situation was, as much as I want to go out with her and that whole group, which are a lot of people I work with that have never really invited me to join them socially, to something like Rocky Horror, which has been such a huge part of my life, like since I was a teenager. Yes, please. It's kind of funny. In fact, that's mostly what her and I were talking about as we were walking to her car and waiting for the other woman to go by her car. And of course, I want to say she's in her early 30s or mid 30s, I think. She might be in her late 20s, but I'm thinking she's like in her mid 30s, early 30s, mid 30s. Anyway, notably, she told me her age once, or at least told me what year she was born. So I had to at least put it out there that, oh yeah, I've been going Rocky Horror since long before you were born. Oh, I'm headed back to the surveillance cactus. Good times. Ooh, look at that. It's did you see Sneaky Cop on the right? Probably not. Paradise Valley Police right there. Patrolling who's going into Paradise Valley. Wonder if he's connected to the surveillance cactus. And this is the roundabout with the surveillance cactus. 40th Street and Stanford. Hello again, surveillance cactus. I probably totally can't get my plate either because I still got a temp tag on me right now. Oh shit. I hope that cop isn't following me. I mean, I got nothing to worry about. Everything's legal on this car right now. In fact, I don't even have a restricted use registration because, like, the 3-day registration. Rob seems surprised I didn't get a 3-day registration, but the 3-day registrations are restricted use. I've got a ticket for that once before. Now I ended up getting it dismissed because I showed up to court. The cop didn't. But yeah, they very specifically say that they're only to be used for errands involved in getting the car legal, which pissed me off because, like, I was literally going to get oil for the car when I got pulled over and got that stupid ticket. Of course, the cop didn't have the balls to even show up and defend the ticket. What an a-hole that cop was. That was in my Lexus, by the way. So, no, I got a 30 day. 30 days is the same as a... 30 days is basically the same as a license plate. It just buys you time to get your vehicle through emissions, which Rob has done. I'm not entirely sure how the hell he did it because my check engine light is still on, but I got the paperwork from emissions, so I can take it to the MVD and get my plates, or get my my stickers for my plates. My plates are still on my car; they're just covered up by the paper temp tag. Oh man, you know what? I think I used it, stuck the envelope on it, so I'm probably gonna have a residue on my plates. Or did I? I probably did. Oh, that's gonna suck. I don't want residue on my plates. That's still impossible to get off it too. Damn it. Anyway, yeah, surveillance practice probably couldn't make out my paper temp tab through the plastic. Anyway, that wasn't a cop. Whoever it was, he turned. So I'm back and forth. I'm just driving around. I'm just wasting time. This is what I used to talk about when I was doing my vlog and I was riding the bus, and I was just like, God, I need my car back. Like, that's my safe space. Because at least, like, now my home is my safe space, because at least, like, Priscilla's finally out of it. But she was in my home, so my home wasn't able to be my safe space because she was always there. And things, and our like, sex life had already gone to shit then. I was already at the point I was just really frustrated with being there. And then on top of that, and she told me that she would not be around if I really made her move out. Now, add that to the list of lies that she's told me. Yeah, so... Yeah, it's one thing I talked about is like, God, my car is my safe. Like, my home is my safe space because there's a person there that I don't want there. So, like, my car is my safe space, but not having my car, I don't have that either. But that's generally where I'm more comfortable. Even when I got my own home, I tend to be more comfortable just driving around, which I am. Like, this is. I was a cab driver for fucking nearly 20 years. Like, this is just. And the only difference is I'm not trying to pick up a fare. I'm just doing what I do. Doing what I would do between fares, but it's just all between fares now. So yeah, I felt I was successfully moving on from Brazil. Like I just like that. Just between Wednesday, between how frustrating the trip was with her on Wednesday and just the way she treated me after we got back to her place. How she chose not to join me in bed, but instead sleep on her couch, and then me waking up alone. Like that just completely blew it for me. And the way she just had the audacity to complain about me giving her a ride instead of showing appreciation for it. Like, bitch, you could take an Uber. I don't have to drive you. And that's what I said to her. That's certainly what I was thinking, you know. I need to eat. I'm getting hunger pains again. So yeah, I felt like I'd really moved on, you know? I felt like I'd really moved on. At this point, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to mingle with other women, and it's fine. I've been kind of that way anyway for a while. Like but when Priscilla asked me to move her table, like I was okay, that's fine. I'll move your table, and she aggressively, you know, instigated sex with me that day, and it was great. I'm like, okay, well, if you're wanting to bring this back on, that's fine. This is what if you want to bring this relationship back, I'm down. But this is like what needs to be happening on a daily-ish basis. And what needs to not be happening was what happened Wednesday, and then what happened the following Saturday. I'm just kind of talking in circles. I'm making progress, but I guess I need to get back to Wednesday night. So yeah, I went into work late. Manual palletizing, flirting with Miss Love. Yeah, she gave me her phone number yesterday, told me her first name yesterday, and now I totally forget. I can't forget that her last name is Love. That's unforgettable. Miss Love. It's been a long time since I've had any kind of interest in an older woman. But I dig her. I really do. Anyway, and of course the woman who I think is like in her early 30s. Like I said, we were having this great chat about Rocky Horror Picture Show, as I was telling her about how, like, when I first went to it, it's a teenager in the 80s, and in the 90s was like kind of a cast member in Tucson. In the 90s, like my fiance was Magenta in the stage cast and whatnot. I don't know, I guess she never pegged me as somebody who would be that interested in Rocky Horror, but yeah, that's been a constant in my life for a long time, but I just didn't really know anybody did that anymore. I thought that had sort of died. And I've been invited. I might not even make it because I might just end up working another VET shift at Amazon, but God knows I need the money. I am totally driving in circles at this point. I love that sign there. Were you able to see it? Domino's Guns. Yeah, in other states it's Domino's Pizza. Here in Arizona it's Domino's Guns. That sign is such an Arizona thing. I need to get a good picture of that sometime. Oh. So, God, I wasted so much time recording video. Nobody's ever going to listen to all of this. Not even myself. Oh, there's freaky artwork of a giant skeleton in that front yard I just passed. That was super freaky. Okay, I'm not doing this loop again, because this is what I did last time. I went south on this all the way to where it ended at the canal. This being 36th Street. I think this time around I'm going to turn right on Osborne. Osborne is a fun street for cruising on when you're wasting time, because you can drive slow and there's not much traffic. Oh wait, I was not on 36th Street. Last time I went south on 36th Street. No. Yes, I was on 36th Street. But I wasn't on 36th Street last time. Last time I was going south on 28th. sometimes I get them confused. Yes, last time I was going south on 28 to the canal. That was 36 that I was just on. Now I'm on Osborne. Osborne doesn't cross 36th. Osborne would be such a thoroughfare if it went through from 36th to 40th. That's the half mile it doesn't cross. It really bums me out that Osborne doesn't have a bus route on it. I saw something. There's a local anti-car subreddit that I'm on that doesn't, I don't know, I haven't really seen anything really interesting on it, but they're talking about adding bike routes to a quarter-mile stretch. I don't know, to me, adding shit to a quarter-mile stretch of a street is just, it's like spitting on a fire trying to put it out. I'm like, it's just so little, I can't even bring myself to care about it. Anyway, I saw the post about it, and the only comment I left was that Osborne Road should really have a bus route, and nobody responded to that. But Osborne Road should really have a bus route. And that matter shows you 36th Street. Streets that are this size in Portland have bus routes. Streets that are this size in Denver have bus routes. No, we don't have a bus route going east and west through here in Phoenix. You got to go a whole half mile to the north to Indian School, or a whole half mile to the south to Thomas. No bus route on freaking Osborne. And Osborne goes through all the way from where I turned on it, all the way to I-17. Used to go even farther. It used to go through before they put I-17 there. Before I-17, I think it used to go through all the way to 43rd Avenue. Off the top of my head, I want to say 43rd Avenue, maybe just 35th Avenue. Not that I was around for that. I-17 in that part of town predates me. That's the old freeway. That used to be what was called the freeway. If you lived in Phoenix in the 70s or the 80s, the term used was the freeway. Because there was really only one. Well, at one point they added the Superstition Freeway, but that was the Superstition Freeway. It used to be the 360. And then the other thing was the freeway, which was I-17 until it became I-10. But it was still the freeway. It was just one freeway. Continuous freeway. Came in from Flagstaff, left out to Tucson. I got talking about streets again. Left off my story about Priscilla. And all these other... I've got other women that are interested in me. I just need to get Priscilla to either put out or get out. That's where I'm at with her. Put out or get out. Either you're giving it up to a level that I'm happy with, or... So yeah, Wednesday night was a great night. And it was great not only because, like, I only worked like 3.5 hours, I think. I don't know, I looked at my time clock. It was laughable. But it was cool. Like, I actually learned new stuff. Learned how to do manual palletization on the MP line, and I learned how to. That guy just went right through the light. I learned how to use the workstations on the MP line. I learned how to close out MP pallets with the scanner gun. Yeah, like, I learned a lot in my department. And I'm considered one of the most knowledgeable people in my department, but that was one thing I just absolutely didn't know how to do. So, and as I discussed with quite a bit of leadership, it's like, yeah, I'm never gonna be the guy that really gets assigned to this position. Where I'm gonna end up on this position is late at night when all the driving is caught up, but all the palletizers is left. And Liz, the PA, is there palletizing shit herself because all her people have either been VTO'd out or they've just simply gone home because they're tired. And I realized that the reason I'm not getting any work as a forklift driver is because there's nobody there to palletize the stuff that's coming down the conveyors. At which point I'll have the option to I'll just jump in and do it. I won't even wait for leadership to tell me to do it. I'll just do it. And leadership's goal would be like that. That's one of the reasons that Dustin likes me so much and puts up with the fact that I often show up super late. So, wow, my video looks terrible. The image stabilization can kind of keep it together on the iPhone when it's light out, but once it's dark, it's just done. So, anyway, where was I? So yeah, as you can see, I've kind of moved on. I'm just not even responding to Priscilla. And nothing left to say to her. I'm done. That Saturday, Wednesday was frustrating. Friday night, Saturday, all fucking day Saturday, all that time in my bed. Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, bitch. I'm done. I'm over it. So over it. Do my half shift at work. I was kind of on the fence about going into work on Thursday morning, late Friday night, since I slept well past midnight. And man, the social aspect of Amazon was on full tilt. Loved what I was doing. I Miss Love flirting with me in that department because she was operating one of the robots. She operates the robotic palletizer most of the time, and water spider. And come to find out, we're on opposite schedules. We were actually talking about going out, on a date, and realized that there were no nights that both of us had off because she works Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I always see her on Wednesday. And I was seeing her a lot more often because I was working a lot of overtime. And I think she was doing some overtime too. So, but I think we're going to go out Tuesday night. I think that's the plan. Because the warehouse is closed Tuesday night for maintenance. And it's a paid night off for me. I love it when I get those paid nights off. Well, I kind of love it, and then kind of I don't. Because then what do I do with my time? If what I do with my time is go out with Miss Love, that'll be awesome. I told her I didn't know her names. When I was putting my number in, and she was giving me shit about how slow I was at putting her number in my phone. And giving me shit about how I need glasses. I'm like, yeah, I can't wear glasses. So I need LASIK is what I need. She said something about contacts. I'm like, yeah, I can't wear contacts either. Nope, I just put up with my vision. It is what it is until I can afford to get it fixed. As I'm holding my phone 3 inches from my face. But yeah, so I type her number in and then I go to put in her name, and she told me what to put in her name as. It's a short version of her first name, which I honestly did not know. And then I laughed. I said, if you hadn't have told me that, I was just going to put you in as Cupcakes. And she seemed to find that amusing and cute, because she gave me the cupcake. She makes the alcohol-infused cupcakes. That's her side hustle, which I still haven't ate her cupcake. Still sitting in the fridge. It's probably hard as a rock, but I know, she gave me an expensive-ass cupcake, and I just let the thing go to waste. No, I told her, she asked me about that, and I told her I hadn't eaten it yet. She seemed a little disappointed, and I said, well, I was saving it for a special occasion, and I just haven't had any special occasions. We need to have a special occasion. And I pivoted that into, we should go out, let's you and I make a special occasion. Anyway, I have such interesting conversations when I do. At one point, she asked me, I thought you said you have a truck. I don't know where she got that from, or who she's mixing me up with. It's no, I hate trucks. What? How do you hate trucks? So they kill children. That was an awkward conversation, but interesting conversation. Hope I can get her to watch that Not Just Bikes video. the statistics and facts around trucks are really, really alarming. And I'm not talking about trucks from 20 years ago. I'm talking about that monstrosity Chevy that just turned right. Trucks today. I'd be all about like a 1990s Chevy S10. That'd be cool as fuck. Modern trucks absolutely disgust me. Oh, so anyway, where was I? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I felt like I'd really moved on for Priscilla. I mean, just like my morning Thursday, and I was shooting video, and I was all about like oversharing that up until the point it was like, hey, and I remember saying in my videos like, hey, I'm having a Thursday. I just want to stay up all night until I go get to close out the night with the karaoke bar if I can manage to stay awake. Well, I did not manage to stay awake, just for the record. And I stopped shooting video when my Obama phone crashed. My Obama phone crashed, and I still got the video file, which I've been unable to recover, which I should be working on now, but I'm just driving around and talking to myself. Feels good getting this out, even if I never get this uploaded or whatever. But now I'm like so behind uploading video, and I'm just shooting hours and hours today of just me driving around talking to myself. So as I'm thinking, well, you know, I could just edit the parts together to where it makes sense. Now, what fun would that be? If I'm ever going to take the time to do that. Almost to the point where Osborne ends. It's kind of neat. Just drove the whole length of it from the main central segment of it, from 36th Street to I-17. I'm at 19th Avenue. Now there's going to be a roundabout that I'm coming up on a quarter mile past 19th Avenue at 21st Avenue. And there's a YouTube video put out by a local news channel about how there's been an extremely large amount of traffic accidents at that roundabout. And the neighbors and everybody talking about how dangerous that roundabout is. And I'm going to drive through it. Personally, I don't find the roundabout dangerous whatsoever. What's dangerous is how bad Phoenix drivers are. I drive through this roundabout every now and then. Never had an issue with it. But I'm also not driving down a minor collector street that I believe has a posted speed limit of 25. No, speed limit of 30. Whatever. So I'm doing 30 right now. And the pictures and the descriptions of the accidents, these people were definitely doing way more than 30. But at the posted speed limit, I don't think there's any issues with this roundabout. Okay, so I lied about where the roundabout is. So I feel like we already crossed 21st. Oh yeah, the roundabout's at 23rd. Here it is, we're approaching it. I think there was a sign telling me to slow down to 25 or 15 or something, more about yield to traffic in circle. Yeah, I didn't see anything particularly dangerous about that. I navigated it without an issue. But apparently a lot of people just plow right into it. They're driving a ridiculous speed on this road, not even paying attention to the road in front of them. I don't know that y'all can see that because my video camera on this iPhone is freaking shot. It wouldn't have been much better on the Obama phone. The Obama phone, once I'm recording and it gets this dark, it's just darkness. Lights in the background. You can see, looking at the street lights, how the street used to go through. And the street lights just continue on through. Yep, I-17 cut this neighborhood in half. Not that it was much of a neighborhood, but you know. I don't know. I think this was actually a nice neighborhood before I-17 was built. You know, you have to go back to the 60s for that. Before my time, I think I entered Phoenix, and I want to say I entered 1972. I think I'd have to ask my mom. I think I became part of Phoenix in 1972. Pretty sure. Oh, I'm driving down Van Buren looking at hookers, driving up 27th Avenue looking at hookers. It's almost 8:10 on a Saturday night. I bet 27th Drive is popping right now. I'm just driving and talking. The story does get back to Priscilla, but yeah, that little 3.5 hour shift I had was awesome. And it all ended with like me and my former supervisor making plans for the following weekend. Not a date, not only was plans for a date, her and I. Miss Love and I were kind of talking about that sort of thing, but just kind of a group thing. Like, and it feels nice to be included because I you know, there's a bunch of people I work with that obviously do things outside of work together, and I've never been included with any of that. I mean, there's been very few of my coworkers I've really spent with any time with outside of work. And I mean, the one was Chris. I haven't seen her in quite some time, which is fine. But yeah, that was a horrific experience. Nearly wrecked my car on the transition ramp so I got the scar in the bumper from it. Transition ramp from I-10 to I-17, and that was terrifying. Freaked her the fuck out. And when we went to my place, like, thought we'd be alone at my place. My place is disgusting anyway, but didn't expect to find my daughter crashed out on the couch after months of not even seeing her or knowing where she is. And so Chris and I couldn't chill on the couch, so I ended up going into my bedroom, and obviously she's not comfortable with being escorted into my bedroom, and why should she be? And I'm sure the place just reeked of cat bugs. Anyway, yeah, not a good time. And I haven't really much talked to Chris since, so. Anyway. So yeah, kind of looking forward to being part of this whole thing with my former supervisor, and I do have kind of a crush on her, and I've had for quite some time, but it's not an exclusive kind of crush. And although I feel like she's got a dude she lives with. I'm not sure why I think that. I feel like she told me that, but I don't know. I don't remember. I just don't know. Hell, for all I know, maybe she's married. I don't fucking know. But hey, she invited me to go out to Rocky Horror with her and a bunch of other people that I work with and used to work with that I think are cool. So that's going to be a good time regardless. Although there have been times I felt like she's been flirting with me. I mean, one time I was walking through inventorying the pallet receipt on what's called the Watersider Superhighway, the buffer space formerly known as NPC Line 2. And she kind of whistled and waved and said hi to me from across the NPC line in a very flirty sort of way. So, maybe she's being friendly. I don't know. I'm bad at reading those kind of signals. That is kind of a questionable left turn that pickup truck is trying to make into the liquor store. But what he was doing is the correct way to do it. And like a lot of other people would have played chicken with me in the left-hand turn lane across the double yellow line. I've had that happen many times. I am on the wrong section of 27th Drive. At least I think I am. Yeah, I don't see any listeners. You know, it used to be the hookers were down closer to Indian School, but they've definitely migrated. Wow, look at that overbuilt house on the right. Can y'all see that? That's even, talk about overbuilt for the neighborhood. Holy crap. That is a crazy out-of-place mansion. Never seen that one before. Yeah, they used to be more towards Indian school, but they've definitely migrated. Just in the last like year or two, migrated north towards Bethany Home. This feels like an old John F. Long neighborhood. Just the layout of the streets. Even these houses are financially out of my reach. This neighborhood's terrible now. But it gets, notably better as you get away 27th Avenue. So anyway, I was feeling great on Thursday. I kind of got plans for the following weekend with, kind of got some nice social plans that have, where I'm completely nothing to do with any chance of me running into Priscilla. Following weekend with feel like I'm just finally done with her and maybe move out, maybe meet somebody who wants to get busy and move on from that. I'm miserable with that for the most part. And is that a person on a scooter? No, just a bicycle with a really bright headlight. So sorry, I lost my train of thought here, trying to pay attention to the traffic and stuff. This area of town is popping right now. It's popping off in the hood. Oh yeah. Wow, amazingly, there's not a bunch of nasty people loitering at that bus stop. I'm coming up on the stretch of 27th Drive that's kind of turned into Hooker Row. I just love driving through here. This is Coulter. Coulter's the quarter-mile street that's halfway between Campbell and Camelback. Most everything on the left has been bought out by oh, I forget the name of the big Christian college. These are dorms on the left. Grand Canyon College. Keep seeing more and more articles. I saw another thing where they bought out another. It's been hitting the news, all sorts of levels of local news, where they bought out another trailer park that was full of a bunch of poor people that owned their trailers but didn't own the property, and crying, homeless now. They had no contingency plan for if somebody bought that property, how they'd go about moving that mobile home that they owned. And granted, most of those mobile homes that are in properties are in such bad shape they can't be transported. It would cost a small fortune to transport it. But it seemed to me if you own a mobile home that you would have enough money put away in the bank to move it if needed. This is the strip here. It's so dark. Dang, last time I drove through this, I almost ran over a hooker because she darted out right in front of me. I keep my eyes peeled so that don't happen again. Not seeing any yet. Wow, didn't see any at all. Wonder if the police shut it down. Not a single one. East Van Buren 1. North 27th Drive 0. Oh, nope, there's one. There's one on the right. And I'm sure my video didn't get her because it's dark and so is she. Well, it looks like somebody knocked down the stop sign. Yeah, a little temporary one. Oh, yep, there's the stop sign on the ground. Look at that. Somebody took out the stop sign. Oh, and the fire hydrant. Look at that. You know, Phoenix drivers are bad. Damn. It doesn't look like they actually broke the fire hydrant, though. It looks like it's still intact and connected. It's just askew. Well, the hooker didn't keep walking up the street. She turned around and went back. That is definitely her corner. Yeah, she's still back there at the corner. Dang, I wish I had a better quality camera and could have captured her. On video, not captured her, captured her. Save that fun for later. Wonder if there's any hanging out in Palo Verde. Seems to be a hot spot for them too. Oh yes. Oh yes, right there on the north side of the road. Or is it somebody just waiting for her laundry? Whoa! No, they ride out in the street. Oh damn, I nearly ran you over, sugar. Sorry. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh wow. Okay, that was just so many in a row. I couldn't keep track of them. Damn. Wow. Wow. Sorry I'm shooting on such a poor quality video device. It was wow. Just wow. Now this traffic I'm hitting here is probably for bullocks. Bullocks I'm sure is still popping in spite of how much the new owners may be shooting it in the foot by raising the prices. At least I expect it is. I haven't heard them in here. Of course, it's 8:20, so it's still pretty darn early for bullocks. A couple people on the patio. Parking, well, there's VIP parking on the left. Park where I like my favorite parking spots. I see some people, 5-6 people hanging out in front. God, I still can't believe how many hookers there were right there on Palo Verde, though. Holy crap. Lucky I didn't run any over. I mean, gotta be more careful. It's crazy how they don't stand on the street side anymore. They don't stand on the corner. They're right in the middle of the damn street. They're ready for action. They're ready to hop in the ride. Wow. Just wow. Wow, the traffic on the Van Buren. Start talking about hookers, and there's a part of my brain that just still connects hookers and Van Buren. And I saw one there today, which is was such a blast from the past. I'm gonna let you in, dude. You're good. Of course, I just became that thing that I say that I hate when somebody yields the right of way when they have it. But that guy's got flashies on. Seems to be a City of Phoenix vehicle too. So I've been talking about all this stuff, and I haven't got to where Priscilla comes back in the story, other than, you know, there being some text messages and phone calls that I just straight up ignored. Like, I think she called me 2 days in a row during my lunch break. I just didn't answer it. Better things to do during my lunch break than talk to her right now. I'm going to talk to the person who literally made my chose to sleep on the couch instead of climbing into her own bed with me on Wednesday. caused me to wake up alone on Wednesday and then literally ruin my Saturday, denying me sex in my own bed. So anyway, Thursday, shot lots of video on Thursday. Hopefully y'all seen some of that. And then had the big chunk of video that's I'm still don't know if I'll be able to recover it. It's a corrupted file that I can't seem to download from my Microsoft OneDrive cloud, but I still have the file on my mom phone. And then that video, yeah. So got my insurance. That was a hell of an ordeal Thursday, because I came up about $400 short of what I needed for insurance. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but my 6-month policy for this car, and it's just for minimal liability and like the lowest level of uninsured motorist coverage for medical, to cover me and the occupants of my car should I get in an accident with somebody that has no insurance, and put me or a passenger in my car in the hospital recovered. That's a small extra bit for the coverage. It just seems worth it considering how many people drive around the city with no insurance and no registration and stolen cars and whatnot. So, and I think that if I remember right, that only added $80 to the policy. But yeah, the policy ended up being about $1,100 for 6 months. That's so much higher than it's ever been before. I've never paid over $1,000 for a 6-month insurance policy. In fact, it used to be my policy for my when I had the Saturn and the Benz. I think it was only like $600 for 6 months for Saturn and the Benz when I had them both running back in like 2019. It's crazy. Anyway, ended up going to, so what all happened after I was shooting video, and God knows if I'll ever manage to get that one video converted, or if it's just corrupted nothingness and I'll ever be never able to recover. That seems to be what it is right now. Still working on it though. Yeah, I ended up going from, so I walked around the neighborhood for a while. That's where I was shooting the video and stuff. After the phone just rebooted for no apparent reason, and then I realized that video file couldn't be opened. At that point, I'm like, yeah, I'm done shooting video. Fuck this phone. And battery was about dead on the iPhone. So, rode the bus over to Wells Fargo Bank and went in there, and it was like, hey, this is what I got in my bank account, but this is what I have available on my Wells Fargo credit card. Is there anything I can do to access that? I said, I don't have the physical card, but this is what I need to spend to get my insurance. And in the meantime, I'm riding the bus because I don't have insurance. Can you all help me here? Yeah. So I've come to the conclusion that the people at my local Wells Fargo bank branch there at 44th Street and Thomas are just idiots who don't know their own fucking banking system. And I showed him my old card, because I still have my old card on me. It's the new one. It's MIA. I'm pretty sure it's buried somewhere in my bedroom. I'm not ready to deal with that mess. He's like, well, you need to call the 1-800 number on the back and talk to the credit card customer service and see what they can do for you. Well, come to find out, all I needed to do, and I even showed the teller that, I opened up my Wells Fargo app to show him. Like, you would think the tellers know how the Wells Fargo app works. They should be knowledgeable of it and be able to walk their customers through it. But no, they don't. Because apparently they don't actually bank there themselves. Yeah, eventually I got home and charged my phone so I could make that call. By the time I made it home, my phones were dead. I did take my sweet time. Getting home. Stopped at the Fry's there. At Arcadia Crossing. Got a couple things of bologna, since when I did my grocery shopping downtown, they were all out of the RS bologna. And they've got the larger size package, like, discounted quite a bit, to the point where it's cheaper than the smaller package. I got two, put one in the fridge and one in the freezer. That was a good deal. And popped into Target and got the whiteout. It's not whiteout, but it's like a eraser tape. It's like the dispenser. You just roll the white tape, corrective tape, over things that you're writing on. That's something I keep telling myself I'm going to get, and I never remember to do it. And I finally remembered to do it. I think it's an office supply that Amazon should provide us, but they don't. I figure as many giant-ass Sharpies and ballpoint pens as I've taken home from Amazon, the least I can do is pay for that. We got flashy lights on right here. Know what's going on with them. I can't tell if they wrecked into each other or not. Anyway, if there were two cars pulled over, so that kind of hints at an accident. Or maybe just a vehicle and somebody there trying to help. Anyhow, crotch rockets driving around. Good times. They're not driving too insane, actually. I'm the one doing 60 of the 65. I still feel this stretch of the 10 should be 55. But no, they raised it up to 65. Everybody wants to drive faster. Faster. It's so funny when I'm in different, like, anti-car conversation, discussion threads on YouTube or on Reddit. People are talking about, oh, it's so dangerous to cross that road. Everybody's driving 40 miles per hour. Come to Phoenix. Ain't nobody driving that slow in Phoenix. Getting across 40 mile per hour traffic, that's easy mode. What you guys crying about? Oh, that guy's trying to weave in and out of traffic. Oh, he got in front of me. Heaven forbid he flow with traffic. That's not fast enough for that guy. Gotta weave in and out and pass on the right. Tailgater in the left lane is thinking about passing on the right, but he's not sure if he's got enough space in front of me. And of course, he's got way more space in front of me than he's leaving in front of him. Amazes me how bad people drive out here. Meanwhile, I look at my video, it's just all jittery, blurry. I need to get better cameras. It's ridiculous. All right, I've had enough of this freeway. Let's get back on surface streets. I need to wrap this up. I've shot damn near 2 hours of video, and I still haven't concluded that story that I'd already shot like an hour of video about. Does Priscilla come back into it? Yes, she does. The thing is, she'd take the hint that I wasn't returning any of her text messages or answering any of her calls. I was hoping she'd get the hint that, yeah, you fully blew it. You fully blew it when you didn't blow it. Saturday morning, Friday night. Still disgruntled about Wednesday from the week before. And I expressed to her my dissatisfaction with the Wednesday thing. Prior to and during the day on Saturday, as she was continuing to, no, don't touch me. I was glad when I at least finally woke up late Saturday night and went out on my long drive of disappointing bar hopping and eventually going to CHR at my Amazon warehouse. That I was at least relieved that when I woke up she was finally out of the goddamn bed. But yeah, GT on the left. Sure looks nice. Anyway, she yeah, she did finally rear her ugly head on Thursday. So yeah, I got the corrective tape from Target. Haven't got to use it at work yet because all I did was water spider at work last night, this morning, depending on your perspective. But I'm sure I'll be back to, Sunday night doing my usual, and I'll have it handy should I decide to rearrange some pallets inside the truck and need to change the written manifest, so I can actually use the corrective tape instead of scribbling and then making notes. And sometimes it's hard to tell how. Sometimes it just makes for some hard to decipher written manifests. Much better trucks though. Much better in well-packed trucks. But messy manifests, and I don't like having messy manifests. So anyway, I got that. After that, I went to Costco just to enjoy their. And one thing I was definitely noticing is so many attractive women in Target, and so many attractive women in Fry's, and so many attractive women in Costco. The world is full of attractive women. Why am I putting up with one that I don't even really find that attractive anymore? I don't know. My brain is broken. So I just went into Costco and got myself a hot dog and a thing of iced tea. For $1.50. It's one of the best deals on a meal you can find, hands down. Walked home from that. Anyway, once I got home, I started working on my. Oh, actually, no, I did take another trip out after that. Yeah, after I got home and got my phones charged up because they were both dead by the time I got home. That is definitely an SRP truck. Oh, yeah, it's SRP backing up alongside the canal. Yeah, I'm not finishing the story. I really need to get home and eat. I'm getting intense hunger pains right now, and I do not want to spend money on a drive-thru. With all the groceries I got at home right now. So Thursday. When I finally got home and was able to get on the phone with credit card service for Wells Fargo, I couldn't believe how easy it was to solve my problem of not enough money in my checking account to pay $1,100 for an insurance for my 6-month insurance policy. Basically, I just had to go to the app, in the Wells Fargo app, and do a funds transfer. Just the way I would move, the exact same way I would move. Well, I don't have my savings account anymore because they were trying to charge me for keeping that account, which defeats the purpose of having a savings account. They're supposed to pay me for having money in the savings account with interest. The interest rate is so low as to not even keep up with inflation, not even come close to keeping up with inflation at this point. And then they want to add a service charge for having the account. Yeah, go fuck yourself with that, Wells Fargo. I closed that account nearly a year ago. But when I did have that account, it was real simple on the apps to transfer funds back and forth between my savings account and my checking account. Well, come to find out, if I need available cash from my available credit on my Wells Fargo credit card, it's exactly the same interface, exactly the same thing. I just go to funds transfer and transfer it from credit card to checking account, and bam, it's there. There is a service charge. It used to be the interest rate was higher on cash advances. It's not now. They said it's not, at least not for my account. It used to be. Last time I got a cash advance was when my sister was on her deathbed, after the horrifically terrible motorcycle accident in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I got a cash advance then, and it was definitely higher interest rate, because I remember my credit card statements at that time. I had interest rate on the cash advance and interest rate on my regular credit, and that second interest rate didn't go off until I paid off once I paid off the amount of the cash advance, then that higher interest rate went away for that amount of money. But yeah, the guy customer service told me that was, at least for my, he goes, yeah, normally it's what it is, but it's not that way on your account. So that's nice. So yeah, not paying any extra interest on that as if I would have actually bought the insurance policy on it. Now there was a one-time fee, but he said it would be about $20. In fact, I think he said it was exactly $20 to cash advance $500. So, and $20 substantially less than what it would have cost me to go with a monthly insurance policy. What I would have paid, like how much more expensive it would have been for the monthly insurance policy for my car. And then suddenly I got the whole hassle of monthly payments and the risk of maybe not making a payment on time. Just, yeah, I don't want any of that hassle. I want to not have to think about car insurance for the next 6 months. So, but I do want to remember it in 5 months and not fucking let the policy expire before I get a new one again. I don't want to ever do that again. Yikes. I feel like I did it last time too. So anyway, it was kind of like that was like a retard. Like, it was really that easy, because I had the guy walk through with me on doing it. When I realized how easy it was like, wow. I said I can't, and then I told the guy in the customer service, I said, I can't believe that when I went to the bank branch, not a single person, not the teller, not the guy that was like helping people in the waiting area that got me a couple bottles of water, neither of those people knew and could tell me, hey, just open it up in the app and just do a cash advance. Like, I couldn't believe it. Why does a Wells Fargo teller not know that? Why couldn't they just, oh yeah, you got that available, just go to your app to funds transfer. Like, why couldn't the teller tell me that? I mean, I know now. I'll never make that mistake again. Like, now I know. But, God, wasted a lot of my time on the phone with customer service, or credit card customer service, to do something so simple. Rode the bus back to my insurance agency, got my policy, and I think after that, by that time I was feeling pretty tired. So I think I just rode the bus straight home. Or maybe that's when I rode the bus and went to Fry's, and I don't know. It's kind of conflated. That was a couple days ago. Maybe that's when I went to Fry's. I went to Target, went to Costco. I do remember the hot dog at Costco, and it was delicious. And I was just enjoying watching all the attractive women walking around by the food court. Costco, I got her. Could be happy with her, could be happy with her, could be happy with her, could be happy with her. Really not happy with the so-called girlfriend. And at that point, like I said, I hadn't spoke to her since she left my place Saturday afternoon. So I've been giving her basically silent treatment since, so by that time it's Thursday afternoon. Anyway, early evening, probably about 6 o'clock. I'm almost home. I'm not done with the story, so I'm gonna keep on driving around, even though I'm in over 2 hours in this video, which is gonna make it a massive pain to upload. Obviously I'm not editing this one. It's gonna be way too much work just to even get it in and out of iMovie. So yeah. I go to sleep. I was planning on staying up, and I was gonna work on by that time I was gonna work on editing my vlog and putting more of it online, and responding to messages on my email and my Reddit inbox and my YouTube inbox. But I was tired. I fell asleep. And I don't know what time Priscilla came over. I really don't know what time she came over. But she woke me up, knocking on my window, ringing on my doorbell. Well, you didn't answer the phone. Yeah, you didn't take the hint. I just can't bring myself to not open the door when she shows up like that, though. Unless I'm so sound asleep that it doesn't wake me up. But generally it does, because she's annoying and persistent. I answer the door buck ass naked. I mean, I'm not exposing myself to my neighbors. Like, I'm kind of inside in the shadows, kind of peeking around the door. And she comes in. And I just kind of give her a dirty look at this point. I'm like, it's probably too dark for her to see the look, especially considering how bad her vision is, but the look is, I'm sure the look I was giving was something along the lines of, well, at least the look I was hoping I was giving is like, why are you here? Like, really, you're here? I'm sure it wasn't a look of happy. Although, apparently one thing that comes with being on the autism spectrum is not having looks that correspond with what your actual feelings are. So, God knows what look I was giving her. At any rate, I just went back in my bed and laid down. Figured, well, she wants to climb in bed and do what she was supposed to do the last time she was in this bed. I'll give her a chance. Here it is. Help yourself. You're gonna. And I thought she was gonna. There's a couple points where it kind of seemed like she was starting to. Kind of seemed like it. Had to show her my new record. I just got a couple days ago delivered from Amazon, which I got a smoke a deal on. I got it for like $14. A recent repress of Toxicity by System of a Down. Such a great album. I don't think I've ever owned a physical copy of that. Like, that came out when I was very into the MP3 scene. I do remember downloading a copy of that album months before it was actually released. I think I still have them files. So yeah, never felt the need to buy a physical copy of that. Figure I'll buy the CD when I get a good deal on it. Well, I ended up eventually buying the vinyl when I got a good deal on that. So, Priscilla, big fan of System of a Down, so she was pretty stoked when she saw it. She said, "Oh, we gotta listen to it." I'm like, okay, well, it's like old times. I can throw a record on the table and let's throw a record on the turntable and have some bedroom fun in the bedroom. Nice. Yeah, she never did take her clothes on. That was pretty disappointing. But she was feeling me up and feeling me in ways I was enjoying. Can't lie about that. In fact, at one point she was, and it's gonna get graphic, so if you're bothered by that, now might time to end this video. Although if you're still watching after over 2 hours, you're dedicated and interested in me, or you're really bored. Anyway, at one point she starts going down on me, which is another thing I've told her I've been very disappointed in. Like, she used to do that a lot. Used to do that very, very well. I still got home video of that. Watch that stuff quite a bit. I guess that's part of what keeps keeps me coming back. Cause I just keep hoping. I know she's got the capacity for that. If just she could ever get the motivation to do it again. God knows I've been with women that just don't have the capacity for it. So at least she can. So just hoping she will again. And it felt like that was going to start. It felt like it was going to happen. Because I've told her that I don't really want her to do it. She's like, yeah, whatever. That's all I got to remember. Yeah, whatever. Even occasionally when we do have sex, like that's not one of those. That's not a part of it anymore. So I'm thinking that's gonna happen. That would make up. That would make up for the weekend for me. If she'd have done that and finished that, that would have definitely made up for the weekend before, at least substantially for me. But she just barely gets started, and she starts asking me where it's been. Asking me where my cock's been. Like, really? You should have cared about that a week ago. You ain't been taking care of it. What are you worried about? Well, I'm sure she's worried about, me being with somebody else and potentially spreading some kind of funk. I get that. That's a legit concern. But still, don't. No. Like, either you've already put your mouth on it. Just like, well, it doesn't taste like me. Yeah, well, it hasn't been in you in over a week, so why would it still taste like you now? Duh. Gross. Anyway, she starts claiming that she can taste somebody else's vagina on my dick. I should have just told her to leave then. I really should have. Anyway, that's where that stopped. Somehow we moved on past that. Good music can do that. We're still listening to System of a Down. And I feel like I put another record on, but now I can't remember what the hell it was. I can't remember what it was. But she, anyway, I gave her one of my mocha cookies. Anyway, she was in my bed, I want to say, for over an hour, maybe more like an hour and a half. Anyway, at one point she's talking about, well, I need to go home, I got to take care of, like, she's diabetic, so she had to take care of her insulin. Okay, that's legit. But I'm like, yeah, well, you forgot to. I said, well, that's fine. I said we gotta. At the point, I'm getting a little more sexually aggressive. I'm just like, well, we gotta. I said, well, you gotta. I said, you gotta take. I said, whoa, you started something. You gotta finish before you leave. At that point, I start kind of pulling her pants down, and she straight up tells me no. Not to touch her. No, I can't. But you've been in my bed for 90 fucking minutes, leading me on. You put your mouth on my dick, leading me on. And now you're going to say you can't? Because you got to take care of yourself. I got to take care of myself. I got to take care of me. If your concern is taking care of you, you shouldn't even be here, leading me on, teasing me, cock teasing me. This is why I'm pissed off at you. This is why you didn't hear from me all week. Worried about who else I might be fucking. Fucking somebody who wants to fuck me, because clearly you don't. Duh. My hunger pains are getting pretty intense. I gotta wrap this up. Anyway, it's like, well, you can come over. You can come over and join me at my place. After you've denied me, after you've teased me, led me on, and denied me twice in a row at my bed, and the last time I was in your bed, you think I want to go to your bed? Pfft. Ninja, please. Not even interested in that. No. Shouldn't even be giving you another chance, but it did, and you totally didn't follow through. All you did was make me even more frustrated with you. Although I gotta admit, I did definitely enjoy laying there listening to System of a Down. Dig that record. Although at one point she was back on her social media on her phone, and granted I was on my phone, but I wasn't doing social media. I was cataloging the new. I was putting the System of a Down, since that's I like to do that. Like as soon as I open a new record, I like to get it cataloged on my Discogs before it kind of gets misplaced in the collection. I just like to do that immediately, right when I first play it, and I can look at the dead wax and see exactly. Which, by the way, my dead wax did not fully match either of the. It was close match, but it didn't fully match the matrix of either of the two variants shown for the most recent pressing, most recent American pressing of Toxicity. Everything else matched though, the cover and the labels and everything. Just the matrix was slightly off. So I didn't feel like doing that level of editing on. I didn't feel like doing that level of editing on. Didn't feel like doing that level of editing on Discogs. I just added it as that variant and put a note in my notes of just Matrix variant. I think it's from Matrix variant, otherwise identical. Anyway, out of that. But yeah, but at that point, she was, paying more attention to her phone than she was paying to my naked body that she was with in my bed. I don't know that I put another record on after that one. I think I did. If I did, it's probably still sitting on my turntable. I don't remember. I do remember I pulled my new Death Cab for Cutie record off and showed that to her, and was talking to her about how I'm talking about the deal that I got on about the Amazon the vinyl deals subreddit. What do you call it? How I found out about that through the vinyl deals subreddit, and that every now and then, I'm not wanting to spend that much money on records right now, but every now and then one pops up that's just something that I like so much, and it's such a great deal. And then how the last two that I got were well, Toxicity was the most recent one. I just barely got it. Just opened it when she showed up. See her vehicle over there at the Wander Inn. Of course, it's only 8:55 right now. KJ's probably in there still setting up. I can't believe that she had the nerve after going as far as putting her mouth on my dick. Went as far as to deny me sex then. That's intolerable to me. It just is. Like, if you're gonna put your mouth there, you need to finish what you started. And if you're not down to that level of oral, then you better at least, get ready to give it up. Something. And she did invite me to her place. She did. Not even interested. No, you can't let me down this much. So what? So I go to your place and be disappointed? Because I totally don't want to be at your place. At all. Oh, and then when she got there, first thing, you need to take me out to a nice dinner. Yeah, I don't have money for that. What have you done to deserve a nice dinner? That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I don't have money for that. I just had to do a $500 cash advance on my credit card so I can put insurance on my car. And I got a repair I got to do. And I got to get my registration for 2 years. Nah, I ain't have money to take you to a nice ass dinner. shit. After what you did to me Saturday, I ain't even buying your ass McDonald's. Take you out to a nice dinner. Get real. Even if I was rolling in money, I wouldn't be taking her out to a nice dinner at that point. Take Miss Love out to a nice ass dinner. I'll take Malik out to a nice ass dinner. I'm taking Priscilla out to a nice ass dinner. She's giving me a million reasons not to. Hell, I'd rather take Corey out to a nice ass dinner. At least he's been a good friend and stuck by me for decades. And again, it would have been different if she'd have promised, oh yeah, just give me an hour to take care of my stuff and then and then specifically said, I will do these things to your naked body with my naked body. If she was specifically in promising, hey, I'm going to do this, maybe I might have been persuaded. But come over and maybe I won't continue to fucking cock tease you. Yeah. No, I just rather lay here and sleep by myself. Now, once she left, I basically just put some porn on the iPhone, rubbed one out, went to sleep. That was my Thursday night. I think I explained a little bit what happened Friday. That brings us to now. Oh, it felt good to get that off my chest. Anyway, yeah, when she showed up last night, which I mentioned earlier, Friday, she showed up. And she'd been messaging me and trying to call me. Of course, I'm not even responding. I'm not even responding. So I'm just not interested. I'm like, you've just I'd rather be alone than fucking disappointed. And you to me are the physical embodiment of disappointment at this point. No. I'd just rather lay in here and masturbate to porn than have you in my bed cock teasing me and disappointing me and telling me don't touch me. No. Just bye. Bye-bye. 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 Bye, Felicia. Text Miss Love, and I know she's at work right now. She started her shift at 7. She's probably busy working on the robotic palletizer. Definitely gonna hit her up in the next day or so. That's the other gal that gave her own phone number. I need to figure out. I don't know. I figure I'll talk to her Sunday. I'll work with her Sunday. I'll try to connect with her Sunday. And explain to her that I didn't buy the tickets because I ended up picking up some VET, and but maybe I can put in, she's way more familiar with how the Amazon stuff works. So maybe I gotta see if I got enough time. She thinks I can put in vacation after I got the MET. Can I put vacation time so I get paid for this time, and then take a few hours off to go do this, and then I'll just go to work afterwards? Because I really need the money. I need to not be turning down any work. See if I can do that. Because I'd really like to go to Rocky Horror with her, and see Ariel again. I feel like Ariel and I were becoming really good friends, and then suddenly he got fired. And also, I think Kimberly's supposed to be there. So, in fact, I think Kimberly called her on the phone while I was hanging out at her car before she took off, and I went back to my car. That would have been early Thursday morning. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Priscilla showed up last night as I was about half asleep. Because I picked up. Oh yeah, the VET happened. So they dropped a little bit of VET during the day Thursday while I was asleep. I missed it by the time I looked at. And actually, I don't think I looked at that on my phone until after Priscilla left. After everyone went out, before everyone went to sleep. She was. And it was, or maybe it was before she showed up. I don't know. At any rate, it was that was already gone. The only thing that was left is like a half-day shift the following weekend. Yeah, I'm not signing up for a half-day shift a week in advance. Not committing to throwing my schedule off that much for 5 hours of work. If I'm awake, I'll take it off the thing and I'll go do it. But yeah, not doing it that much. Not committing to that far in advance. Nope, not happening. The only thing I can commit to that far in advance is additional days of my regular schedule, which I have. I've committed for next Friday and next Saturday. And then, of course, I took the half shift, which I did last night, which I took that. I'm not sure what time of the day it was when I took that. I want to say it was like mid-afternoon, but it was before she showed up. And of course, she was trying to call me and trying to text me, and I'm just not even responding. It's like, no, you've disappointed me way too many times for me to even. Like you said, you were done with me when I kicked you out of my apartment. Why aren't you following through with that? At one point, she had the nerve to bring up that bass guitar. I'm still a little bitter about the bass guitar. I don't want to hear about your bass guitar. It's your other boyfriend gave you. Shove that bass guitar right up your ass that you won't let me enter. Anyway, she came over. I hardly said a word to her. I didn't even invite her in. I just kind of stood there and stared at her. She's like, "Are you okay?" The nerve day. Why okay? No, I got a girlfriend that won't finish her fucking blowjobs. What makes you think I'm okay? I had a woman that has the nerve to come into my bed and say, "Don't touch me," for hours. No, I'm not okay. Go away. I don't think I said that, but certainly that's what was going through my mind. What it did say was I was tired and I had to be to work at midnight 30. And you woke me up. How dare you? You didn't answer my calls. Normal people realize that means either one of two things. A, I don't want to talk to you. Or B, I'm busy. Unavailable. Move on with your life. Not an option. Not answering the phone, not responding to the text. That means something's not an option for you today. That doesn't mean come fucking pound on my door and ring on my bell like some psycho fucking stalker. Anyway. She still copped a feel while she was there, which was fine. I enjoy her feeling me out. But I didn't even try to get excited. I didn't get particularly excited about it. I'm just like, I'm going back to bed. And I did. And I had a great shift at work last night. Even though all I did was water spider. Had a good time. Really enjoyed it. Worked on some of my TDR straps. That's still a side project that I enjoy. Pulled a bunch of those out of the garbage that somebody else threw away by Doc 140. Jerks. And then, yeah, I ended the night getting Miss Love's phone number. Told her I was going to call her cupcakes because I didn't know her name. Should go in and eat that cupcake she made me. I'm just thinking it's not going to be that good at this point. No, I'm just going to make a bologna sandwich and probably pass the fuck out. I'm tired. I don't really feel like going out tonight. I totally expect Priscilla's going to show up at some point. I just wish she had the common sense to be fucking subtle. Like, lightly knock on my window. Lightly knock on my door. Maybe ring the doorbell once. And if I don't answer, go the fuck away. But I know she's not. Which makes me worry what she's like when she comes here and I'm not here. Like, how much is she bothering my neighbors by doing that? Because that's not fucking cool. Kind of makes me think maybe I should park down the street and walk home. Yeah, I don't have the energy for that right now. I should really stop this video. My God, I'm at over fucking 2.5 hours. Yeah, go in and eat and rest. I'm just tired and mentally exhausted. Felt good to get that out of my system, though. Anyway, she wanted me to come over to her place after. And I know I already mentioned this, but yeah, she's like, what kind of a place when you get off work? And then I didn't hear from her again. Like, she needed to really be fucking sending me dirty pictures all night long. If she really expected me to show up at her place, she needed to be making it very 100% clear that she was horny, ready, waiting, face down, ass up. Come get it, Daddy. I can't wait till 6:15 till you're here to give it to me. That's not what I got. I just got silence all night long. I'm assuming she went out to the bar without me. So, fuck it. I went to work. Money over house. Got another woman's phone number. Someone else at this point that's much more appealing to me. Even if she is older. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.